You know what Meghan hatred trope I really hate? It's the, I try so hard not to be a hater, but, because no you don't. No you don't. Because if you did, then you wouldn't. If you did try not to hate her, then you would not hate her. Because she never did anything to you, and you've been conditioned to hate her.
12 years old when the world came crashing down, walking behind that coffin through London town. The cameras flashing, the crowds all crying, but inside a little boy was dying. Years of anger, years of pain, searching for his mother's smile again. Afghanistan's desert heat, Apache pilot, soldiers' creed, finding purpose in the sand, fighting for his chosen land. But the ghost of war came home, mental battles fought alone, till he learned to speak his truth, breaking chains from his youth. This is the journey of a heart that learned to heal, from the ashes of grief to love that's real, through the valleys of doubt to mountains high. Prince Harry's story, watch him fly.
And along the way, Harry was collateral damage in terms of thrown under the bus with stories. And, when you think about it, Camilla is, nobody says it, but in terms, you could be seen as the wicked stepmother.
Yeah, well, he almost said that in his book, yeah.
Yes, absolutely,
yeah.
And you can't blame. But of course, for Charles, that's unforgivable because Camilla is non-negotiable. I mean, she's queen, for God's sake, when even the proper queen didn't want her to be. She wanted her to be queen consort. And Charles has overruled all of that.
Yeah, anyone comes for Camilla, that's where Charles...
And coming out now past California Gate, interestingly named for the President of the United States, and close to the California store of the royal household. And for the President who cared so much about being received in the traditional British way, because all of this has provenance. None of this is Disneyland or something created in the imagination of a writer. It is lodged in the provenance of a nation whose history has presented each and every part of this ceremonial with purpose and meaning as part of its tradition. Here the Grenadier Guards and Irish Guards and the 1st Battalion, the London Guards, are forming streetliners past Frogmore Cottage, where for a time the Duke and Duchess of Sussex lived.
You never see Catherine or Camilla pushing ahead in front of the royal partners. It's very difficult to get it right.
So Meghan used to always teach, she clearly has like so many tricks of the trade and things that she's amazing at doing that most of us wouldn't think about doing. And she used to teach me about them because I was like me packing a bag was just throwing stuff in, and you can imagine like Meghan would be like, you pack a bag by folding it perfectly and putting, I don't know, am I going to get in trouble for saying this? She would put like dryer sheets in the bag when she packed a bag. I was like, that is so genius. And I never would have thought of that.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, shake body. Oh yeah, move body.
Do you think it would have been fitting to lower the flags to half-staff when Melissa Hortman, the Minnesota House Speaker, was gunned down by an assassin as well?
I'm not familiar of the...
Gun violence prevention? Universal health care? Fully funding our schools?
So help you God.
I do.
Congratulations.
I'm really tired of watching women of color, in particular, being ignored.
You know, I kind of didn't want to be here on Monday, but if we were here, I would have had cupcakes for everyone.
Madam Speaker.
What I worry about is the people who will lose their health insurance. I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and I'm
If you love Costco, coffee, and supporting a black-owned business, then boy, do I have some exciting news for you. For months, I've been posting about Black & Bold, which is the nation's first black-owned coffee company to distribute nationwide. In previous posts, I've also shared that Black & Bold was impacted by the rollbacks of DEI at Target, which was one of the primary retailers that sold their product. As you know, Costco is experiencing explosive growth after keeping their diversity, equity, and inclusion program, unlike Target. Well, this week, Black & Bold shared on their social media platforms that they are going to begin selling their product on May 19th at select Costco's around the United States. As you know, when Costco sells something at a limited number of stores, it's trial running to see how well the product sells. So stay tuned because I'll be revealing the 9 locations it'll be selling.
White women face sexism, black men face racism, but black women, they carry both simultaneously. And that's what this book is about, the double lives that black women are forced to live in. It's the survival tax of code switching, hiding parts of yourself, changing your hair, changing your voice, your expression, just to be accepted. But shifting isn't free. This survival tactic drains mental health, wrecks physical health, and then it's also invisible to the people who benefit from it the most. This isn't just a book about black women, it's about America's biggest hidden survival strategy. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Currently on sale in the TikTok shop. Peace.
Don't mean to say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe this is, some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, you know, people of color and specifically the black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about black history and the ways that, you know, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, you know, like I said, these people, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to, like, get rid of them, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color, you know? And I've seen some black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties, but I don't know, I just feel like I feel like I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like,
what a time to be alive. The younger ones are beginning to ask questions. Should we tell her? Should we tell her that black people indeed have superpowers? Should we tell her that we are the original people and they are just envious? It's nothing to do with racism? I mean, there are so many things we can tell her, but let's just keep it a secret, okay? Thank you guys for watching this video. See you.
So moving and so natural. She is so approachable, and she was singing with me with the music together, with the hands together, singing together, and then she talking Spanish to me, perfect Spanish.
And was her Spanish good?
She's got no accent at all, perfect Castilian, perfect.
I throw this wig on before I take my babies to school, because if you anything like me, mama didn't let us walk out the house with a bonnet on our head, honey. You better throw on something, put your hair in a ponytail, get it together, okay? This one has a little drawstring in the back. All you have to do is drawstring it to your head to make it fit snug. Suck that sucker on in there. You are good to go. You have an entire style, no bonnet, okay? Whether it's an emergency, you need to run to the store, drop your kids off at school, pick them up. Baby, throw on you a cute little wig. Has a little headband on it. Fluff it out a little bit, honey. Make sure you're good. You look like you done did your natural hair. You better go get you one, girl.
Dear Harry, it was an honor hosting you in Ukraine.
Happy birthday, Harry. Thank you for being such a friend for Ukraine.
Хочу подякувати тобі за Invictus і хочу подякувати тебе за все, що ти робиш для України. Thank you for service.
I saw your face when we were meeting veterans. I saw your emotions when we visited the memorial. I know how deeply you feel for the veterans. Thank you for doing this and happy birthday.
Waiting for you here anytime.
Вітаю, Гаррі, тебе з днем народження. Дякую за підтримку наших суперлюдей та дуже мріємо, щоб Invictus Game був в Україні.
Just want to wish you a happy birthday. Just want to have a quick update on me as well. I've now got a leg, and I'm working on getting an arm, and I also have a job at Superhumans.
Thank you for believing us.
Happy birthday, Prince Harry. Happy birthday to you.
History teaches me that change is always possible. Our ancestors changed a country that enslaved them for 400 years, hated them, undid a reconstruction with the redemption movement, hanged them, lynched them, brutalized them, took 100 years between the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to pass a Civil Rights Act and a Voting Rights Act that is now being destroyed again. We have lived through so much worse, with so fewer resources, with no resources. Harriet Tubman didn't have nothing except her will and the belief in God and a will to go on, right? And so if our ancestors could get us here such that they have something to deconstruct, if we didn't have anything, they couldn't take anything. And I would say the same thing for women. It took women until the 1970s to be able to open a bank account, the 1970s. It took women longer than it took black folks to essentially get freedom. But you got it. They couldn't take it from you if you didn't have it. They couldn't take your abortion rights if you didn't have them. And somebody fought for them. And so I think what we have to do is we have to train ourselves to be like our ancestors who did so much more with so much less.
So listen, this is a man openly calls for the murder of the poor. And nobody on that panel flinched. Not one. Nobody had a reaction like, I can't believe you said that. Nobody said that's not appropriate. Nobody flinched. That is exactly where we are. Now, a reporter got fired at MSNBC for something bad, saying something bad about, I think, Matthew Dowd. But this reporter openly calls for the murder, the unaliving of poor, mentally ill people. And no one says a word. Do you know who else openly advocated for the murder of the mentally ill and the poor? You know who else did that? Without anybody flinching? I wonder who that was.
I'm about to say some controversial shit right now, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we've been lied to. I feel like they've been playing in our faces. Like, everybody, all the men want to tell us how, like, you know, men are supposed to lead. Men are supposed to lead, you know? Women are supposed to be behind us. But then on the same breath, we'll say how great a woman's intuition is, how we always supposed to listen to our wives, how we always supposed to listen to the women in our lives to make our lives better. How you gonna say a woman has great intuition and then say she's supposed to be following us? Why does she have to tell us the message when we can just, like, get behind her and follow her? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me. And I know some people gonna be on here talking about some I forgot the new word that the niggas using, pandering or whatever. I don't fucking know the word, whatever. But it makes no sense. Even in the nature, orcas, hyenas, black widows, a lot of anaconda, all this shit, lions, they all fucking follow women. And don't tell me the male lion don't follow the woman. They nothing happens without the women. Nothing. And when they tired of him, they kick him to the curb. Even a game of chess is right there in our face. They playing in our face. Even the game of chess, they want to tell us the king is the special piece on the board. That nigga only can move one space. One space. The queen doing everything on the fucking board. They literally telling us we're supposed to be following women, but we got these fragile ego ass dudes that's in charge that's saying that women are too emotional when men are more emotional than women. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me. They've been playing in our face this whole time. And I feel like they know that if they ever give women power, they ain't getting it back. They ain't getting it back because we're gonna see how good everything is. And they just even look at everything going on. Every time you see somebody sitting in front of a police car, protesting, fight, going off on people, it's always a woman, bro. It's always a woman. And I feel like just because we have strength over women don't mean we're supposed to be the ones in charge. That means we supposed to be protecting the fucking oracles. That's what that means. All right, I'm done with my little rant because I'm sweating and shit. I gotta go somewhere. I'm done with this shit.
The classless. And King Charles, a complete and utter classed King Charles, just trolled Donald Trump right in front of his face at a military parade. So there was a military parade, and some of the parade was traditional costumes of colonial soldiers from when, you know, America broke away from the United Kingdom in independence. As the soldiers got closer to the podium where King Charles was and also Donald Trump, the song changed. And the song changed to Yankee Doodle Dandy. Now, everybody knows that song. Why is this significant? Okay, so Yankee Doodle Dandy is a person who tries to show themselves as sophisticated when in fact they're indeed classless. That is actually the premise of the song originally. So King Charles is trolling Donald Trump, and he's basically saying this: we know you're trying to make yourself look like a king, but we also know that you're unsophisticated and you're a loser. The song originally was played, was an attempt to mock colonial soldiers. But originally, after victories, American victories, it got adopted by the American army. King Charles, class act. And Donald Trump, you are a Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Did y'all see Obama?
Hello, my people. Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? All my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Guys, I had to delete some videos there because I saw lots of my stuff went on there by mistake. Because, you know, nowadays, because TikTok blocked me from recording the videos, I have to screen record videos. So when I am screen recording videos, that's when the information that comes on my phone, the notification kind of did pop up in some of the videos around here. So if you do not see some of my recent videos, is because I had to remove them. You know, they have some serious information. They had some information I mean on there. So those information were not for public use, so that's why I had to remove the videos. So how y'all doing, guys? I saw Meghan. I saw her hanging out with that pastor. Yes, that one with the fellow 47. Yeah. So remember one funny thing that I was thinking about, the fellow 47. Fast 47. You know, 47. Sometimes I just can't speak straight because you know, fast 47. You know, that dude came up here. There was some pictures of Meghan that was flooding on the internet a few years back. Apparently somebody went on the beach, they snapped that thing there. They had the publishers. They had publishers, and the publishers were all out here. They were floating around the internet. So Felon 471 said, he said, like, well, if I had seen that Mambos when she was still single, I would have touched those publishers. You know, you don't say some words on that this internet, so you gotta need to look for a way to kind of trick stuff, you know. You look for a way to kind of trick some words so the words could go through. Felon 47 went and made a big comment about that girl's body on the internet. And what kind of body you talking about? The body with no clothes no more. In that particular place. Yeah, it's kind of I don't know how those people really function. You know, if that was me, I was not gonna be in the company of somebody who did that. Okay? And somebody that old, who is even older, my daddy said stuff like that about my body. I would not sit down there and hang out with them, and I would never sit down there even hang around their wives. I don't care whatever diplomatic, whatever you're talking about. I mean, seriously? Where's human dignity and all that? Guess what? I forgot. I am from we from the African descents. We just think differently, you know. If you look at mamas around here in America, you look at mamas down in Africa, you look at mamas, any mamas with our blood in them, they'll be thinking about those kind of stuff. Where's the respect? Where's the human dignity? How do you go hang around those kind of people and you just don't even, you brush it off like nothing happened? He came to talk about your boob in public and told the people that he could have dated you. Like somebody who's older than your daddy saying stuff like that. And you don't even take no offense to that. And you just walking around him and showing up like trying to show people like all those you fake veneer thieves. Dude. These people, I don't know how y'all guys will be floating around here, but yeah, my white queens, my white kings around here, God bless y'all, all you the ones with dignity. Yeah, with respect and dignity. I mean, seriously, stuff like that shouldn't be happening. It doesn't matter what race you are. But you know how the white supremacists walk around. Or these racists, they think they're better than everybody, and they will break society norm to, like, we're doing stuff like that. I mean, just look at the incest in these families. Look, inbred. Look at inbred. Look at everything that them people be doing. I mean, damn, it's always the racists. It's always those ones, the white supremacists. It's always them. It's never any other black white person that I associate with. The ones I carry the DNA myself also. Those ones have a respect. But what is it with these Irish Socrates and all those rich ones? These are racists. Most of them racists. All of them the same. Remember what Elon Musk's dad came and said out here? That dude came and told you like I dated and I had a baby with my child, my wife's daughter, whom I raised since she was 2 years old. And I dated her, I married her, and I had 2 babies by her with no respect whatsoever. He came and said all those stuff like that out of his mouth. I'm telling you some stuff that some stuff. I need to shut up about that. Y'all guys see how Mambo's even dressed up? She came straight with those grandma's tablecloth on her, and this time she had a brown one on. Oh my goodness, those tablecloth, those remind me when I used to be 5-year-old going to grandma's house. She used to have those tablecloths. They used to be, one of them was burgundy. It looked exactly like what Mambo's had on. This girl is suffering. They're making big work, but they ain't got money. They got that whatever they got on her, the allowance, they kind of twisted that allowance. But right now, guess what? We're in recession, and you know that country broke. That country broke as here, and all them people on food stamps, on food banks. Felicia, I'll talk to y'all guys again later. I love you, Salty Squad. God bless you. My brother, the Notorious JTB 2.0 on TikTok, and the Notorious JTB on TikTok, and also on YouTube here. Y'all guys go subscribe. Let's get brother to certain numbers, okay? I'll talk to you later.